kids that have never played with the Odyssey block filter lands, let's talk about some miserable fixing. Some miserable fixing. For never taking out Jace. Roadkill understands. Alright, we're four Jaces in for the entire league. Thanks for the bits. That's a mulligan, right? I'm gonna bottom that. We're just looking for more action at this point. Doesn't even tap for mana. Yeah, if you don't know what the Odyssey filter lands look like, go look them up. They're miserable. Super miserable. There another. My opponent started off the match by complaining in Magic Online chat that they're banned in our Twitch chat, so let's just block them. That sounds just like much easier. I hate the fucking Mono chat. There's no reason for chat to exist on Magic Online. Just no reason. Just please remove the salt receptacle that is Magic Online's chat feature. Please remove the salt receptacle that is Magic Online. It's just a place where people shovel their salt into. Me too, Tom. If we're telling the truth, I worry every time I cast it too. Well met. Well met. It's a Collective Brutality. Yeah, joke's on you. I don't got anything for you to take. The salt is more rewarding than a chest. I mean, I have all my colors here, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and play. Oh god, I forgot how awful filter lands are on Magic Online. Am I bidding Liliana here? I think so. So if I draw Jace, I can cast it still. Whoa! SCTR with the brand new real big sub. Thanks for that huge level of support. I appreciate that. Make sure to message me in private to set up what you want your free donation deck list to be. Can I beat two? That's actually a really good question. Oh yeah, we have 2 Last Hopes and 2 Damnation, so we could like kinda beat them. Oh, and Maelstrom Pulse too. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. JK, nothing is fine. Nothing. There are 2 things that ruin the things I have fun with in Modern. They are Urza's Tower and Blood Moon. Those are the 2 cards I hate more than anything in Modern. Urza's Tower and Blood Moon. Alright, I guess these Damnations are coming in. I guess these Spellbombs are coming in. Am I cutting these? Probably. Collective Brutality seems fine. Probably marginally better than a Fatal Push, honestly. Alright, let's do that. Bob and Justin, everyone that gets all of the big subs get a free donation deck list every month. No, I just like the main deck Moons and Kiki Core just because I feel like they don't fix any of your matchups in that deck. Well, I appreciate it, SCTR. Thank you very much. I want to play a deck that cascades BBE into Lingering Souls. That does sound reasonable. I don't think we can side out discard spells, those blood moons, honestly. I don't know. I can just fetch for, I should have, did I have the option to fetch for basics that game? I'm not actually sure. Like, we can just mulligan a little bit more aggressively, and they don't always have it. And like, I have Pulse plus Decay. I don't know, I could see going either way. I could see that going either way. Yeah, like, this hand is fine, right? I'm just like gonna go Watery Grave into fetch basic forest. That's fair. I can see Liliana the Last Veil being a trim. Her ultimate is nice pressure, and we do have minimal ways to interact with Bedlam Reveler, though, is the thing. Like, if our opponent has a lot of tokens in play, we probably aren't particularly happy. That sounds like a Twitch chat deck, Tom. Just like constantly cascade into like cranial extractions and lost legacies. Whoa! I wonder if they're light on. I wonder if they're light on lands. They just discarded Souls and Pyromancer there. No, the opponent's playing Mardu Pyromancer. It's a deck like Jerry Thompson used to top 8 the Pro Tour most likely. I think this deck's still a fine choice in the world of Jace and Bloodbraid Elf. Like, Bedlam Reveler is a really powerful card that generates card advantage just like Bloodbraid Elf. Yep. Yeah, this Liliana really sucks here, huh? Do I even want to play it? Yeah, probably. Yeah, Golgari Charm's definitely reasonable. I don't know, I don't think that I'm super worried about their tokens. Like, we have 2 copies of Damnation. Watch this go up in power. I should have done this pre-combat, because this could get bigger from this discard. There's not more than 1 forest. No, I want to discard the Verdant, because I want the second blue source, I think. Yeah, Pulse handles tokens too. Yeah, what's going on, Edgar? This is Edgar's deck list from Twitter. Yeah, I could see leaving the Thoughtseizes in just for the purpose of tagging, like, taking Bedlam Reveler is good. Yeah, the front side of a Lingering Souls here, this is gonna suck a little bit. I mean, we just unban people when they ask nicely. If there's anybody out there watching who's ever been banned on the channel, if you ask nicely, we'll unban you. We hand out banning, like, timeouts here a lot of the time. In fact, I've been doing more timeouts than anything. Got him. Got him. Makes me smile. And that's the real secret. The reason why we unban liberally here too, because banning people is fun, you know? And if I unban someone and they're an idiot again, we just get to reban them, and it's fun. It won't let me time myself out. gambling this Collective Brutality here. Well, my Goyf's real big. Alright, here's an interesting question. Why is there one basic island in this deck? Like, I can't cast Jace under Blood Moon, right? Yep, that's my favorite. Like when people like the first thing they do is lip off after they come back for their timeout. It's like, oh, well, you could go away permanently then. Yeah, potentially, Burgle. Potentially. Or they have this last hope and they're getting one back. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Field of Ruin is a good implication. Is it too aggressive here to put them to 1? Is it too aggressive? I could like pulse these tokens and then drain them for 2. You should play Burn. Burn's a much better deck than Blue-White Control. Can't time myself out. Thanks for the bits, Angry Demon. I kind of just like putting them to 1 here. They got back Pyromancer. Sunken, you can learn all about how donation deck lists work, including the answer to your question there at that link. So there's an FAQ at the bottom. Yeah, if they have brutality of their own. Well, this doesn't deal damage, so I can't kill Lily with this. Is the problem. So like, am I putting them? I think I just want to put them to... I think I just want to put them to whatever here, to 3. I think I'd rather put them to 3 than take the Liliana off the table. Maybe that's an incorrect assessment. I just feel like I'm not winning a game that goes long anyways. We conceded game 1 to Blood Moon, and we're kind of getting ground out here. Yeah, only the broadcaster can time out mods. I'm gonna go ahead and cast this so they can't take it with a discard spell. Should I think it's better between Infect and Green Red Ponzo? I think Infect's much better. I think it's a good proactive game plan. That's generally what you want to be doing in. I think Burn's better than Blue White for the same reason. I think Infect's better than Ponza. You want to be proactive in Modern. Like, have a way to actually get your opponent dead very quickly. Burn's also very good at punishing a lot of the slow, derpy decks that exist. Request granted. Have fun eating tortoise. Have fun. If you're having fun, it doesn't matter if you drop. That's the important thing. Have some fun. Yep. Oh, I didn't play the fetch, so I can't cast this Damnation. That's a tilt. That's a tilt. I guess I wanted to hold the fetch to insulate the Damnation against Culligan's command. Is the reason why I held the fetch there. But now I can't fetch in response to Blood Moon. So I had a reason for not playing the fetch. I didn't articulate it, but that was the reason. The reason for not playing the fetch there was I wanted to insulate the Damnation against the Culligan's command discard. Maybe we'll get really lucky and draw Bloodbraid Elf, since we can cast it with their red mana now. They've given us red mana so we can cast Bloodbraid Elf. It's like a sign. It's like a sign. Get that untapped Creeping Tar Pit, OP. Yeah, I agree, Bob. The more I like thought about these Sultai decks, and one of the reasons why I hadn't worked on it is because I just Bloodbraid Elf slots so much more naturally into shells like this. So my microphone automatically turns itself off when I stop talking, which might sound a touch odd for you all because it cuts off the ambient background noise. There's not random ambient background noise. Always happy to help, Bob. Bloodbraid Elf is very impressive. I agree. I definitely undervalued what Bloodbraid Elf was going to do in the format. That's actually not a feature on the microphone. It's a feature inside of OBS. If you right click on your settings and go to filters for your audio channel, you can add a noise gate. Yeah, we have all 4 brutality in the deck. So the only reason I'm still playing here is because I have 2 brutalities to draw that just kill them. We conceded game 1 to a Blood Moon, and it looks like we're gonna lose this. I honestly probably would have lost this game even without the Blood Moon. You also have the option to put a compressor on your microphone too if you randomly have loud noise in your house like I do, and I'm just randomly loud. So like, I've been sitting for like 2.5 hours. Let's stand my fat butt up. Enjoy the ride, Twitch chat. Look at my man gut. My moobs. Need to go to the gym more often. Maybe consider eating better, you know. Be healthy. Justin, with the $5 donation, democracy is far more powerful than the timeout command. Oh god, it's not letting me grab his name. Is Jeff a big... I'm gonna untime out Polsky for that one. That one's fine. Look, as a rapidly approaching middle-aged, balding man with a gut, I'm not sensitive about my moobs. They're just a body type characteristic of mine. Let's be honest, lots of people in chat probably have them too. It's just how it goes sometimes, chat. Sometimes you got moobs. In fact, even when I was 17, and what did I weigh when I was 17? When Christy and I started dating, it was 175 pounds, and was very fit, had a good amount of muscle, and like still had moobs. That's just the body type that I have. Big old man bitties. And we're dead. All right. That is true. We were talking about my moobs. I just needed, this is a titty stream now. Thank you to everyone that's hanging out here, enjoying the man titty talk. If you're enjoying what you see, probably not what you hear, but if you enjoy the magic, please consider hitting that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch. Subscriptions are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do. Big shout out to all my subscribers out there. Y'all are great. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you can save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, bags. They really do it all. And finally, this stream is made possible by Anoronics and viewers like you. Anoronics would like to remind you to hit that follow button if you enjoy what you see. So we're down match 1 here with this Sultai mid-range deck. It's kind of like green-black with some Jace shoved into the top end. Yeah, this hand seems fine. Some Fatal Pushes, some Jaces, some Scavenging Ooze. This Verdant Catacombs can fetch Breeding Pool, and then we'll have all our colors. Chill me, baby. Is that actually a picture? It is, in fact. That's Anoronics' actual face. How much for more parts of Anoronics into emote? All right. So Jace the Mind Sculptor versus Affinity. Jace. How much of a donation is needed for a personal emote? Well, if you look there next to Anoronics' name, he currently has the 200,000 bit badge next to his name. So if you wanted to gauge, I did, and if you would have articulated yourself, maybe I would have agreed with you. I agree that Bloodbraid Elf is likely going to have a larger impact in Modern than Jace on average, because Bloodbraid Elf does what you're looking to do in Modern. Modern is a format that is largely about generating tempo and not about dirtling around with 4-mana Planeswalkers, which is why Bloodbraid Elf could have a bigger impact. And if you would have articulated yourself and helped me understand that, maybe you could have helped me learn something sooner. But instead, you just came into the chat and you said something that was different than the common line of thinking, and you didn't explain why you felt differently, so you were just adding noise to the chat. You were just adding noise to the chat. So this is my favorite. When people go, well, I couldn't explain myself, you timed me out. Did you know, chat, that you don't have to hit enter after every sentence you type? Did you know you could type multiple sentences at the same time into that window that says send a message with a full thought? In fact, here, this user, they wrote basically 4 sentences worth of words there. 4 sentences worth of words before hitting the send button. It's so weird. It's so strange. I didn't have a chance to defend myself or articulate myself. Yes, you did. You could have done it before you clicked the fucking send button. We're so dead right now. Can we focus on this game for a second here and understand like how dead I am? This is like Twitter. I could only there's a 3-character limit. I have to keep hitting enter. Oh. All right, what are my lines to let me win this game? We're just super. I'm just gonna do this. Let's. Thank you, Bob, for reminding me why we stopped brewing Sultai. Oh, jeez. Thoughtseize is really bad here. Inquisition is like kind of okay. I think these Fulminators are fine. Are these Liliana the Veils worthwhile here? I feel like they're not, like, they kill Etch Champion, but they're really pretty narrow, right? Feel free to play the next 3 games as Judd. Oh. General question: should the Mire be Sunken Hollow? We actually have two. We have a Sunken Ruins in here too. So Sunken Ruins is the blue black. We have one of each right now. I'm gonna trim a Bob. They're kind of aggressive. And Twitter, you have 280 characters now, actually. Feel the power. The power of the Twoters in your hand. I'm just fetching on one here anyways, so we'll just stop that. The meta shifted to where BBE is a better... So, that's a good question, 177. But the thing I feel like a lot of people don't realize is that metagame shifts in Modern really have to have something Eldrazi in power level to force them, and I just don't think Jace or Bloodbraid Elf are Eldrazi in power level. Yeah, we got smoked really quick with Tron this morning, or this afternoon. In fact, I think our Tron League set the record for the fastest league we've ever played. Can I get a definition of Twoter? You like tweet and twot all over the place. I don't know, Nazi. Honestly, I feel like these Goyf Jace decks are a little bit medium. Yeah, if you cut out the breaks for children, I think it's probably like less than 20 minutes of gameplay. I'm not arguing with you. I don't remember the specifics. You can just go away. No. I don't feel like bickering with people in chat. I don't have the time or the energy. No, I don't feel the need to win this chat discussion. It's just easier to remove you. My life's so much happier when I don't interact with people like that. It's just so much easier. You're just like, once upon a time, I was a dumb child, and by dumb child I mean like 3 years ago, so it wasn't that long ago. But I used to feel the need or the desire to try and win every argument on every part of the internet. And let me tell you how miserable that is. It's just like, if you feel the need to always be right, there's so many people that also feel that need, and just like, your life is gonna suck. So don't try and win arguments. Having the last word on an internet argument doesn't make you the winner. It makes you the biggest idiot because you kept arguing on the internet longer than everybody else. 200 bits for instant bans. Nothing makes me happier. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. I think you should pulse the Thopters. That's actually an interesting idea. I don't know, like, this card's pretty valuable in this matchup. Pulsing Thopter seems kind of loose. So someone talking about Jund being the single best deck. I think Jund is going to be very much in contention for being one of the best decks in Modern, but that's fine. I think if a deck like Jund is the best deck in Modern, a deck that wants to be casting 4 mana spells, I think that means the format's in a very good place. Like a fair interactive deck interested in casting those types of spells is reasonable. God, have I mentioned how much fun it is to ban people? That's the real reason we ban as many people as we do here, because we're all about having fun on this stream, and it's just fun to shoot from the hip. What am I doing here? Am I just taking this Thoughtseize away? I think I'm just taking this Thoughtseize away, right? Our BBE deck's still on 6 discard spells. The deck list that we've been playing on stream is on 4 in the main deck plus 2 Thoughtseizes in the sideboard. Oh, I punted here. I punted. I should have pushed one of these in response. I should have pushed one of these in response. Mistakes were made. So this actually has to be Etch Champion, right? Because if they rip a lane, we just can't beat that card. I think it's purely because of the Bloodbraid Elf band. I think Bloodbraid Elf gives the Jund deck a nice way of generating tempo against the decks that are faster than it and trying to go under it, while also giving it the ability to close faster against decks like Tron. Bitter Blossom's always been like a fun of in the Affinity sideboards. It's gone off and on as a fun of in their sideboard. Bitter Blossom's really bull. Why did they pay black with that? All right. That's an interesting idea, Squee. I don't know. I feel like if they like rip like a Darksteel Citadel, I'd rather just like kill their cards I actually care about. I feel like I'd rather just kill their cards I actually care about rather than like trying to dick around and beat around the bush, basically. All right, so just gonna hang tight for now. Do you think Tron is more or less? Do you think Tron is more of less healthy in Modern than Cloud Post? Yeah, actually I do. I think what Tron is, so like here's the difference, like here's the question. What do you think is worse for Modern? Consistent turn 3 Worm Coils and Karns, or consistent turn 5 Emmercools and Ulamogs? Like one of those two things is better or worse than the others. That's kind of gross. I'm going to show him this clip. God bless. Hopefully, look, if that's the type of person they are, I've been that person. It is not a fun person to be. It's not. It's miserable. You don't want to be that person. All right, so they're dead, right? I'm gonna drain plus kill this fairy rogue and then smack them. And they're dead. Kill you. Alright, filter lands suck. It's just like, I think it's just like a very human response, especially like the type of people that are attracted to games like Magic have. I think the average Magic player has that like problem solving, I can fix everything mindset, and the idea that somebody else doesn't understand the point you're trying to get across is like you can fix them being wrong and like bring them over to your position. So like that kind of, I feel like those kind of go hand in hand. This scene's pretty good, right? The discard spells are a little bit worse on the draw, but if they don't have a busted Mox Opal start, we can usually get their payoffs, and like Damnation's a pretty good card, and so is Fatal Push. It's definitely, so I didn't mean to say it's just Magic players, if that's the way I came off as. What I meant to say is I think people that are indisposed to that type of thinking are more likely to be Magic players. Like the type of mindset that enjoys playing Magic is more likely to be that style of person, is what I was trying to articulate myself to say. All right, so they kept a kind of crummy hand here. Do I just take the cranial plating and then snipe the Blood Moon next turn? But if I leave them... It's probably right to just take the Blood Moon here, right? Because, like, if they play this Nexus next turn, they can actually activate both of these and then Spell Pierce my discard spell next turn. They can turn on Opal. If they animate this and animate this, they might just attack us with this, though. I don't know. Yeah, I think I just take the Blood Moon. The problem is I can't win through a Blood Moon without my Forest. Yeah, I think they're just double animating and Thoughtseizing me here, which seems reasonable. So what was I gonna say? We were talking about something. Oh, and a big part of like, I have like this like non-article half written that I was going to post on my personal blog about like the formal discourse and like discussion and debate basically being dead in the modern internet era. People don't go into discussions about things with the mindset of we need to learn. People tend to go into discussions with the mindset of I'm right and I need to let you know how right I am so I can win. And like when you have two people with differing opinions go into a discussion with that, like nothing meaningful is going to come of that discussion. And then there's also the flip side of like we have kind of like this feel-good society where everything, everybody always feels entitled to like, well, my opinion's valid because it's just like, this is just a difference of opinions. Like, I hate when someone says the word, we just have to agree to disagree, and they're talking about something that's like, well, no, 2 + 2 is not 5. We can't just agree to disagree that 2 + 2 is not 5, and I think it's 4, and you think it's 5. It's not about what I think and what you think. 2 + 2 is 4 when you're working in a base 10 system.
The Go-Toys down.
Nope, Go-Toys are upstairs. Go ask Mom.
Up?
The Go-Toys are up, yep.
Get upstairs now. I did not say you could come.
Fake news, yep. And I mean, like, we have public figures that push that, right? Like that same kind of mindset. Equals a picture of a window if you combine all the lines. Yeah, look, I understand the type of Magic people that like are in these chats. If I don't put the asterisk in a base 10 system there, somebody's gonna be like, well, modulo 3, 2 + 2 is not 4, Hogland. So I understand my audience, and I'm working within the confines of the people we've got here, okay? Oh. hope everyone's having a great Monday wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for hanging out while we play some Magic here tonight. We're in our second match with the Sultai deck. This is game 3, right? So maybe we're not dead. They have Spell Pierce and then one Unknown in their hand here. Oh geez, I'm streaming from a Windows computer now. Big Brother is actually watching me now. There's no freedom in this software, chat. There's only Russian backdoors and NSA watching. Oh geez. Normally when people tell me about the NSA watching, I'm like, no, we've got Linux. That's not true. And it's like, oh no, this isn't Linux anymore. We did play the Vent Survival deck. It's heading to YouTube now. We'll publish it after I get done tonight. We went 3-2, which was, you know, our best record so far today. Just put tape over your camera. Most of the business people I worked with used to do that just because they didn't want to accidentally turn their webcam on when they took a meeting at home. This one lady accidentally flipped her camera on in a meeting and she was on the fucking toilet one time. It was just like, come on, lady, put it just like, if you can't control your computer, put some tape over it. Do you have any preview card, Jeff? So, whenever someone asks me if I've got a preview card for Magic the Gathering, I have to assume they've never read my Twitter account. Because I give Wizards of the Coast, I don't want to strictly call it constructive criticism, because let's be honest, I go out of my way to needle them on more than one occasion. When Wizards of the Coast makes a mistake, I am not kind in pointing out that they have made a mistake. That's the nice way to put it. When they fuck up, I really let them know that they have stepped in it. As someone who doesn't derive his income from Wizards of the Coast events, I don't feel the need to like get down and gobble that WotC dick. Oh, it's so easy to just like, and I could be like, I've reined it in a little bit, you know, and I try to be fair. When they do something good, like when they put out those challenger decks, like those challenger decks, those were great. I gave them a big thumbs up. I'm like, these are awesome. Y'all rock. Gobble gobble. No, I'm very specific when I give feedback. I give specific, useful feedback when I send Wizards of the Coast messages. Specific feedback is useful feedback. Specific, actionable feedback most of the time. That's my goal. So, how do we feel about Jace Unsummon here? That's got to be wrong, right? Their last card is Spell Pierce. Yeah, I'm just going to fire up Creeping Tar Pit and then play Dark Confidant. Talking about account sharing? I did not. How's it going? Life is swell. Just hanging out, playing some Modern. Got some Sultai midrange share. I think we're going to play some 5-color humans after this. Well, I mean, sharing accounts on Magic Alliance always been against the TOS, right? They just have never enforced it in the past. So they have Spell Pierce. Sweet on the scoreboard. So our green-black mid-range deck splashing Jace. So we've won all of the games we haven't gotten Blood Mooned out of. Most of the games we haven't gotten Blood Mooned out of. Yeah, the Imperial Recruiter reprint is sweet. Yeah, seems fine. Not super exciting, but fine. Bob and Lily on the play, right? Wizards of the Coast and Patrick Sullivan, he's so good at his job. Like, what's his name? The company, Direwolf is lucky to have him. Patrick Sullivan's discussion of the Felidar Guardian Saheeli raid mess up in Standard was just like so unreal perfect, nail on the head. This is great. No, I don't think so. I don't actually think the Imperial Recruiter Legacy decks are actually that good. Alright, so Walking Ballista, Nate Vealing, 1309, with that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. Welcome to everyone. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support my content here, so I appreciate that next level of support. So could be Eldrazi Tron, could be Mono Green Tron. Both of those play Walking Ballistas. I think I'm going to err on the side of Mono Green and bin a Fatal Push here. I don't know if we're going to get to the health gain deck today or not, Anoronics. Unsure currently. Okay, so they are, in fact, Eldrazi Tron. I'm 2 minutes away. Should I swing by? You could swing by, Matthew, but I think... Actually, we're going to play Humans. That's a real deck. If you want to come by, yeah, we're going to play... I think we're going to play Humans after this. It's a big Tarmogoyf. I'm just going to Edict this while I have the chance to guaranteed Edict this. Draw like Hangerback Walker or something. It wasn't actually an article. He was on Ced Talks, I think, Cedric Phillips' podcast. And I don't remember when it was from. It was shortly after they announced the ban. Why are my hotkeys working Magic Online? Magic's fun. Tron embodies all of the things that are fun about Magic. Don't you think, chat? Don't you always go, you know what makes this fun? Tron is what's gonna make this fun. All right, Collective Brutality's pretty bad. Last Hope's kind of mediocre. These Fatal Pushes are like, okay. I don't know where I stand on these Fatal Pushes. Asking earlier about Anagrath, he's a 5-mana red-black planeswalker from Rixels. I don't actually know what the text on that card is, so I don't know. I don't actually know offhand. Inquisition is bad. Inquisition's hit or miss. I guess I could see trimming 2 of those. I think Scooz is fine. Like, games where winning, we're binning a lot of creatures, and like Scooz can get large enough to block and trade. Oh, Damnation. Yeah, you're right. And they fixed the submit bug, so we can do that. Good call. Abrupt Decay's fine. They're a Chalice of the Void deck. It also randomly kills things like Relic when they're tapped out. Aren't people who like Tron instant banned here? Nah, it's fine. It's okay. Some people like Tron, some people like Lantern. Last Hope for Mage is like okay. They did. People did donate for us for Playtron earlier today. It was not pretty. It was not a good scene. don't think Countersquall is as good against the Eldrazi variations of Tron. This hand's just such a tough sell. I feel like we can't afford to be this reactive in this matchup. Sounds like Goyf fun too. It's a baby Goyf, but it's a Goyf. We're in the market for a land, right? Get to this, Jace. No, we died in a blaze. They had turned Fort Ulamog. They had turned Fort Ulamog. Just natural trod into natural turn Fort Ulamog. This card's a 0/1. Why is it so expensive? Wait, how much do Master Sets boosters cost? How much do they cost? Are they more than $7 a pack? Can you tell I haven't bought a Magic booster pack in like, I don't know, a decade? $10? Oh, God, that's people. The first time I held a Noble Hierarch from that last Modern Master set that it was in my hand, I thought it was fake. I like looked at Matt and I was like, is this real? It bends like a fake Magic card. He was like, yeah, it's real. Okay. Rude. I just hate everything about everything. Just natural trotted to cards, sure. Everything I love dies to Tron lands, Wizards. Why? Why? Fun fact, there were more Urza's Towers than there were Jace's or Bloodbraid Elves in the top 32 of the last Modern Challenge. The good news is we are but a single loss away from getting ready to run back in another league. So, yeah, that seems pretty good, right? Tomb, discard, Goyf, maybe a Liliana down the line. We go turn 3, Collective Brutality, turn 4, Goyf. Oh no! Joke's on you, opponent. I still have a turn 1 play. Haha! Cleverly hid the card they want to Thoughtseize on top of my deck. Oh, they're probably the Todd Stevens pile of stuff. You get Gitrog monstered next turn? Is there a Gitrog in my future opponent? Is there a Gitrog in our future? Do 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 do. Maybe try reinstalling your Twitch app, Anoronics, or possibly trying, if you're on Android, there's an app called Pocket Plays that's very good. Man, you know what that card dies to? Liliana the Last Hope. Let's talk about my friend. She truly is our last hope. Truly is our last hope. Oh, Liliana. Liliana, the last hope. I'm gonna get him. Huh. They drew the land that was on top of their deck. Zigitrog is here, chat. Zigitrog is here and he is hangry. It's a current record. We are a stellar 1 and 2. We have like 2 Maelstrom Pulse and 4 Liliana the Veil that can interact with this Gitrog monster. Probably going to Jace unsummon this, right? How do you like your standing desk? I love my standing desk. It is fantastic. It was easily one of my best purchases last year. If you're someone that uses the computer a lot, cannot recommend a standing desk enough. Actually, I have a Meme-tron deck left in the queue. Someone sent us money to see green-blue-tron with Jace the Mind Sculptor in it, so we're gonna have to play that at some point. Do I even want to keep playing Magic? We just can't win, right? We just can't win? I feel like we just can't win. My desk goes up and down, so when I want to sit down, I just use a regular desk chair. All right, alrighty. So Sultai midrange, not really put Jason to play in the game ends, right, Zach? Can we ban the Gitrog monster? It's too good, chat. Gotta get it out of here. Sad times, I suggest Overwatch. Did you know, for the cost of this Sultai deck on my screen, you could buy... I'm gonna need a calculator, it's so many copies. What's 1,500 divided by 40? You could buy 37 copies of Overwatch, just for those 37 and a half copies of Overwatch for the price of this deck. You could buy 37 and a half copies of Overwatch, and this deck is terrible and Overwatch is great. So consider your choices.